Wow, he might actually get him. Stop the video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hey Jays, where I talk about everything new with the Jays, such as trades, injuries, and much, much more. This week, the Jays played the Detroit Tigers and St. Louis Cardinals, and they tied the St. Louis Cardinals in a 2-game series, and they tied the Detroit Tigers in a 4-game series. And the trade deadline is coming up tomorrow, and people have been making trades, not yet the Blue Jays. There are a few rumors on who the Jays might acquire, but the one I wanted to talk about was Shohei Ohtani. Others include Juan Soto, Ian Happ, and Joe Jimenez. Now, it's time for the Play of the Week. Stop. The Play of the Week was against the St. Louis Cardinals when a line drive was hit, and Santiago Espinal leaped and caught it, and then threw it to Cavan Biggio to get a double play and end the inning. If Shohei Ohtani did go to the Jays, they would probably add him in the 2 spot in between George Springer and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That would push everybody down, but since John Snyder likes Bo Bichette in the 4 spot, maybe he would put him in the 4 spot, Kirk in the 5 spot, and Teoscar in the 6 spot. That would push Gurriel to 7, Chapman to 8, and Espinal to 9. Now, there are a whole bunch of other people who the Jays have that might need to share that 9 spot, but luckily, there's a person to fill in for everyone. Bradley Zimmer can fill in for George Springer in center field when Springer needs a rest. Cavan Biggio can fill in for any corner outfielder. Tapia can fill in for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. That's the outfield right there. That can take, all of it can take a rest. And the infield, first base, Cavan Biggio can go in for Vladdy. Second base, Cavan Biggio can go in for Espinal. Espinal can also go to third, and Biggio can go to second to give Chapman a rest. We have 3 starting catchers, which is going to be good because we can give all of them a rest. Maybe they would alternate through the different pitchers, or maybe it would go like Kirk, Jansen, Collins. The only person who doesn't have a replacement is Bo Bichette. Another thing is that Shohei Ohtani is the designated hitter when he's not pitching. And that is a useful position for the Blue Jays because Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Alejandro Kirk can do it. So maybe every once in a while they give Ohtani a rest so that Kirk or Gurriel can go in and DH. Now, away from the offensive side of things, let's talk about how much it would improve the pitching. Shohei Ohtani, as you probably know, is an amazing pitcher, and the Jays mostly need relievers in the bullpen, but they also are looking for another great starter. Another great starter would mean they have 3 great starters, Gausman, Manoah, and Ohtani. Jose Barrios is quite a good starter, and that leaves us with Ross Stripling and Yusei Kikuchi. One of them would have to go. They would either send one down to AAA, trade him, or try to make him a reliever. Another reliever is kind of what the Jays have been needing, so that would be quite useful if they could turn Kikuchi or Stripling into a reliever. If they are going to get rid of someone, maybe they would send Kikuchi down to the minors because he does need some work. He just came back off the IL, but he still needs some work. Or they could send Ross Stripling down because Kikuchi's really only had 1 start since his improvement, and he might be really good. We just need to see the next few games. Or maybe they could send Stripling down for a month, have Kikuchi take a spot, then Kikuchi could come back up. Hyunjin Ryu is coming back probably next year, and that would also complicate things. Maybe we could get rid of Yusei Kikuchi and Ross Stripling. But those are both very good pitchers for the Jays, which would be unfortunate. It is still possible that the Jays acquire Juan Soto. I don't think there's a need to because we already have 5 outfielders. and the starting ones are very good. Shohei Ohtani would also be the left-handed bat that the Jays had been needing. They really just needed another Raimar Tapia left-handed bat, but if you add in Shohei Ohtani, that's even better. Another thing, the Jays did want to acquire Luis Castillo from the Reds, but the Seattle Mariners already made their move. Thank you for watching this episode of Hey Jays, and I'll see you next week.